So here we have the first game of the set. It was a best of... frick, what the hell was it? Best of 5? I don't even remember. It was my tournament and it was a week ago and I don't remember. Yeah, I assume best of 5. Basically the way this worked is, as you would expect, each player picks one civ from each expansions. It is basically one Age of Kings civ, one Age of Conqueror civ, one Age of Forgotten Empire civ, Rise of Rajas and Afghan Kingdoms. So one civ from each expansion in the best of 5 into your civ pool. You can pick them in any order you want. And here we have Melkor picking Teutons and Dracont picking Turks. How strong are these picks? Both very, very strong arena picks. Teutons right up there, top 3 easily. They're one of the civs that you pick if you want to counter things like, you know, Aztecs. If they're picking top picks themselves, you want to really pick Teutons to counter a lot of them. Really strong civ, I mean, especially if you're expecting possible trushes. Not so much in this 1800 HP wall map, but if you are, Teutons is a really nice pick, because obviously they could just build one tower garrison, more than 5 villagers in it, and can't really be pushed. So having a quick look at the maps. Oh, I forgot to explain Turks. Even Turks, really, really strong civ because of the Janissaries. Janissaries are really strong, they can imp really fast, and then the bomber cannons following it will kill any guard tower defense, any castle defense. It really cleans up. So Turks is a really nice civ. They don't have a particular eco bonus, but they do have a lot of strengths and especially a lot of 1 TC push potential. So we're going to see probably some all-ins from Dracont here, because the Turk late game, when you don't have that much gold, is not ideal. But Teuton late game, even without gold, is still really nice options. So what are we seeing for the maps here? Melkor's map is main gold, not so great. Both second golds, not good at all. Pretty much forward and kind of inaccessible. Main stone in the back, nice and safe. I mean, maybe. I mean, a castle defense could be really, really nice, especially against Turks early on, but as I said, it doesn't really pay off late game if they're properly 1 TC. However, if you're expecting your opponent to not go all in 1 TC, that kind of thing, then, you know, you might have a better chance. Extra stone in the back, so it means there's not gonna be more extra stones except from this one over here apparently. Yes, 2 extra stones. I completely forgotten what this map even has on it. 2 extra stones, 2 extra golds. Yeah, both extra golds are on the map, so it's pretty safe. This is not a bad map. Having all the stones safe but not the golds is not ideal when you're against Turks, where I don't think castles are going to help you all too much. If you're not expecting 1 TC anyway. For the Turk player, we're expecting him to go aggressive, so it doesn't matter as much. But main gold, really safe over here. I even like this here, just quick walling against raiding if you get opened. Nice safe second stone at the back. Main stone not exactly ideal, but it's, if you're going aggressive, it's not too important. Second gold outside, another second gold is pretty forward, so it's not that good. Gold situation is definitely better for Dracont though. Having a really safe main gold is quite a nice feature. Both players have 3 inside deer on the Voobly Arena seasonal map for the spring edition. We're probably going to change something about this. We're definitely not going to have the stumps anymore, but when it comes to the summer edition, we're thinking more along the lines of, you know, less objects like the stumps, more like the small bits of grass, that kind of thing, just look a bit better. You'll always have the same amount of deers as your opponent, so if they have 3, you have 3, but you can still have 4. So one of you has 4, the other one has 4. I'm so out of practice casting. It's been a while. Just wait till I've had a few more beers, I'll get a lot better. So what are we going to see in this matchup? Well, we already know, but I kind of don't really remember. I can kind of have a guess of what I saw, but yeah, it's been a little while. We had a lot of games, it was quite hectic, and it worked out quite great in the end, I think. Melkor going for a second lumber camp. So obviously he's not going to do like 6-7 villagers on the 1 lumber camp and then do fast FC like 25+2, that kind of thing. This is of course Melkor we're talking about. He always usually, most games does 28+2 scouts or that kind of thing. Also sometimes archers, he does go archers on the odd occasion. It's really about taking map control. Without grid mod, things look really odd. I'm probably going to see 10 on wood in the Dark Age here. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Early gold miner, archers. Whereas over here, Dracont, again, 2 lump camps, 28 plus 2 maybe. But he's already on stone. Guessing by the food count, he's going to 27 plus 2 this one. That's is a little bit dubious. But I have seen him pull off some really nice stuff with this. He's going to send 2 to gold now. As Turks, you only need to send 2 to gold a little bit later, you don't need them right away. Nice little niche thing they've got. It's like the Spanish thing where they only need 2 villagers to build a market blacksmith. It's one of those little convenience things. Melkor is advancing 28 plus 2. He has 10 on wood, 2 on gold. He started a little bit early, but that's okay. Looking at relics, I would say a little bit of advantage from Melkor. We do have this one on the right pretty nestled in. This one on the left, really safe again. On the map, this one's probably a little bit closer to Dracont, but it's pretty out there. This one is definitely in the middle, pretty disputed territory, and this one's maybe for Dracont. So I think Melkor has a good advantage here. I'm curious as to what we're going to see, because obviously we see barracks from both players. This is something I've actually seen Dracont do multiple times now. And I don't just mean because I've watched this game twice. The thing is, he did this in the semi-final, but he also did it in like an arena invitational game or something. Quarterfinal, I mean. And basically he goes scouts in order to ensure he can get a forward castle. It's really risky play, it's pretty all in. But this is what I like. I like properly all-in strategies when it comes to this. Oof, the lumberjack. Beautiful. Obviously you don't want to take a fight against Melkor's scout, even if you're behind or you have a chance of winning. Of course, even if you kill it, he's still going to have a scout if he is going scouts. Oh, but he's going archers in this case. Completely blind my mind. A lot of farms, quite nice. Gonna be able to up quite quickly, but that if he stays 2 TC, that kind of thing. Archers' tunes is not exactly very strong, but if you're against Janissaries, might be a good hope to try and snipe yourself a forward castle, that kind of thing. Scouts being added by Dracont. These are going to be light cav when they're up. Of course, light cav are going to be quite good at sniping most things on the map. Archers with fletching, light cav will still be able to snipe those ones quite easily. Decent bit of stone here, he's just trying to power to get this one up. He'll be fine. His economy's not looking too bad, he still has quite a bit on food. Bring forward foragers. I'm a little bit dubious about trying to build a forward castle with a lot of villagers if you've got nothing to mine. He's only going for 4 villagers forward, so that's interesting. If this does get scouted, then of course a tower, even without that many villagers, you could easily get this much over to prevent it, would be okay. Dracont is nearly up. And Melkor does not see this. That's pretty unfortunate. I'm not sure if he's scouting through the fog with the house or whatever, but... Oh, but now he sees the light cav. And the castle. That is pretty dramatic. He has a lot of archers right here. If he sends those archers forward, if he starts making one single spear, sends those archers forward, gets his scout out there to help in, start building a tower. He only needs to delay a couple of villagers. You might just be able to make it, although of course Dracont's already all in, so... Knight coming in from Dracont even. His economy is really just going all into like all these villagers mining stone, all these villagers building the castle. He's going to have all these farmers and all these gold miners to start making some Janissaries. He's adding a knight with that economy. It is a pretty all-in forward here. And this wall's going to go down quite easily. Melkor's map, he's building a town centre here. Ted his gold a little bit, just in case Janissaries try to come around this way. I think that's okay. Monastery's okay. If you have enough crossbows to kill the light cavalry, then your monks can easily convert a couple of Janissaries. Janissaries are really fine to kill monks, they're fine to kill crossbows, but they're not fine to sit under crossbow fire when they're trying to snipe monks. So it's a good enough move, I quite like it. Can't quite click that wall tile. We're seeing 2 TCs, nothing much. A little bit basic walling here. A little bit odd. This is probably enough crossbows to do a decent bit of damage to this, but the one knight's just going to come back around and clean the rest up, so it's going to be quite difficult for Melkor to do anything in this situation. Dracont's economy, I mean, that's a lot on food, to be honest. That's enough to make Janissaries and the villagers, as well as a decent amount of gold. Keep making Janissaries. It's even floating gold. No market though. If you're Turks and you don't have a market, it could be quite difficult to balance your economy. Siege Workshop, here we go. Of course you always need Siege Workshop, mangonels kill the TCs, crossbows will just die to that as well. They might be able to be converted, but of course then you have the Janissaries. Quite strong move from Dracont. No armor upgrades for the Janissaries. It's really helpful, especially with 44 HP, to get the 1 armor upgrade. 2 is definitely unnecessary, but 1 is pretty good at tanking the crossbows. It's almost like getting bloodlines, I believe. That's what I would rate it as anyway, in terms of how effective it is. Looking at the economies though, we're seeing 3 villager lead from Melkor. That's not huge considering you invest in a TC. I mean, that doesn't even really cover the cost of just setting that up anytime soon. Gonna be massing a couple of monks over here. He does not even have sanctity yet, that's a problem. If he takes this fight here with the crossbows, 2 monks might be able to change the tides, but of course, he can't really afford it. Dracont is playing really well today. Really nice 1 TC push. His economy is well managed. I'm just going for another castle at some point soon. So Melkor is on stone. He's going to be able to build a castle, but I can't really see what else he could do. He's just going to build castle defense. He could build a couple of guard towers. It's not going to last him too long though. I mean, 2 TC economy, he might be ahead. But villager count wise, he is only 2 ahead, and he's not really able to keep that advantage. Not entirely sure what he could do in this situation. He's not looking too good. Unless he takes a crossbow engagement very, very soon, monk engagement on top of that. Sanctity coming in though, and we might see maybe 3-4 monks. 4 monks, when you've got enough crossbows to actually start taking that fight, really would be able to change it, I think. But it's going to be a close one. I think there's enough mangonels here though that redemption might be a serious consideration. And of course that's going to set Melkor back quite a bit. Oof, a couple of Janissaries to the TC, pretty unfortunate. Only 2 monks remaining, but they're going to get the knight by the looks of it. If he was converting the knight, then I would say that was BS. He should have been able to convert that. Dracont almost enough for another castle. He's not really doing much else with his economy. No added TCs. He's 1 TC in this one properly. And look at those resources. Like, if someone was straight booming and he did not damage them in any form, he'd be able to click up at, you know, only a couple of minutes after them. Really nice resources for clicking up. His economy is managing really well. Not making much Janissaries anymore though. I mean, they are a strong unit at the moment that he's winning with. But he needs to keep that up. There we go, he's adding some more. Melkor is nowhere close to clicking up. He has too much garrison in his TC even. A lot of villagers, a lot of crossbows. Even monks. How is he going to deal with this? I mean, try and convert the mangonels, force the Janissaries to run face first into the crossbows. But not a lot of crossbows, only one range. Whereas triple monastery without going to be, you know, like godlike flat micro on every monk. It's going to be tricky. A couple of Janissaries converted, but the thing is the monks go down and all the crossbows really go down with them. Or a lot of the crossbows anyway. Not really worth it. I mean, he'd have to really land some lucky converts to be able to change that fight around there. Dracont's resources though. He is just looking to click up. And there we go, there's a castle. That castle should be able to go up because only one Janissary got converted. Of course, one was close to dying, got killed. 4 Janissaries might actually be counterable at this point. But he's going up to Imperial Age. And as soon as that happens, one bomber cannon, the monks are not going to last. Without blood printing, they're going to have huge problems. Dracont's deciding to move that castle. It's not an ideal castle. It does block access to just going outside, which of course is quite important. But this TC here protecting the gold, and he's moving it back again. Okay. Quite a safe position to place that castle, and then more mangonels. If Melkor does not stop this for Imperial Age, he's pretty GG. And that is not good. He's just suiciding villagers now. This is losing the monks to the mangonels. Sure, he has almost equal Janissaries here, but he has no more monks to start converting the mangonels, but he does have one. He can't stop this, he's going to lose all the villagers. His 14 villager lead is gone, really. Oh yeah, it's just dropping like flies. Mangonel's going down. This castle doesn't even go up. And then there goes half the villagers as well, they're just getting sniped. Villager count wise are now equal villagers, but the thing is Dracont, he's going to hit Imperial Age in like, what is that, less than a minute? 45 seconds. And there's nothing that Melkor can do without any economy. He can't even really access this gold. He's gonna have to sell for it, click up. It's gonna be pretty crazy. But yeah, I think as soon as Dracont imps, then just simply one treb, one bomber cannon, GG. Well, he's probably gonna GG before then, I think. GG on imp. Yeah, there we go. And that was really well played. I would say that tunes are favoured if you play them right. Blood printing monks plus onagers. Like hand cannoneers are not ideal counters for monks when they've got onagers around. Bomb cannons just get converted. I mean, it's kind of expensive to get artillery to be able to beat that pack, I feel. Who's top, who's bottom? This should be correct. So I'm going to go for 2 minutes, just so I can quickly sort something out that's been giving me a bit of trouble throughout this game. Go to a 2-minute timer. Also, Joshua, what do you think of this bad boy right here? Okay, so we're just gonna load up a game 2 here. Yes, Joshua's name is Korean. K Songyong or whatever the hell that is. I don't even know. Alright, so let's just jump straight into this. Here we are with the game number 2 in Dracont vs Melkor. This is the one, well, one of the 4 games at least that was played in the next day. Of course, one was played the proper night at the right time, but of course then Dracont had to go. So they rearranged this for the morning. We have 2 really powerful... Oh yes. When I was just checking through the recordings, just making sure that they are, you know, correct, making sure that there's nothing wrong with them, they don't break or anything. I saw what happens in this game a little bit later, one particular unit choice, and it was just the best thing I've ever seen. So, be prepared, be very prepared for this game. Inca's really top civ, like this is... It's within the top 10 picks, but this is definitely arguably in the bracket of games, bracket of civs that could easily be top 5. Inca's incredibly strong, incredibly versatile. They just lack an economy bonus, but they have a really nice tech tree with some really nice units. Over here we have Melkor with the Huns. Huns is a really exceptional unit because it's civ. Because it's not particularly weak, but they do have a really nice early push, and technically their late game, as long as you have gold, can be okay. You can easily have, you know, easily make your way to Paladin. I've seen Melkor do quite a lot of games with a lot of civs. You could also have Heavy Cav Arch, you could easily back behind that. Really nice opening to go Heavy Cav Arch, well, normal Cav Arch during the Castle Age. FC, make archers on the way up, and just make a couple of cavalry archers on the way. Ugh. I completely forgot that people do not like... No, what I'm on about, Melkor is always blue. No, that's not correct. There we go. Melkor's always red. That's what I was aiming for. I completely forget that people cannot see purple too well when they're watching back VODs. Dracont often picks purple. Stark is another one who also always picks purple. Dobbs as well. So anyway, as I was saying, Huns really strong in the Castle Age. They could always make Cav Arch take map control. Really strong unit. It's pretty resilient to monks. You could easily snipe monks because of the speed. They don't have that great of range, not as good as crossbows, easily to mass. You know, it's if a monk converts one, it's still going to die. It might get a little bit of value by converting one crossbow, but yeah, Cavalry Archer's still decent enough. They're also quite good at just clearing out, you know, pikemen. If someone goes scouts, you clear them out as well. If someone goes eagles, the extra attack that Cavalry Archer has over a crossbow is pretty important against eagles. So I think it's quite nice to pick Huns, but of course when you get towards the late game, if you don't have that much gold, if you don't have enough time to get to like Paladin as a meat shield and then like Heavy Cav Arch behind, or if you don't have a big enough economy to go like at least Hussar as a meat shield, that kind of thing, then you might have some real problems. Against Incas, Incas is a really nice anti-cavalry civ because not only just do they have Halberdier, and Siege Ram of course is always good to add in, but they also have the Kamyuk, and the Kamyuk is incredibly strong. It's really hard to even kill their halberdiers because slingers are really cheap and really, really effective. Like as soon as you get Bracer and Slinger, it's just really strong. Very, very hard to kill units, especially when you get couriers for both the Kamyuks and Slingers. I think Incas are an incredibly strong civ and going to be hard to beat, especially for the Huns. The Huns' advantage here is the economy bonus. So maybe if he does get up quickly and he does actually start taking map control with cavalry archers, easily has relics, easily has access to all the extra golds, he can win with that. Looking at the Hun map, we have a really safe main gold. Second gold, not exactly ideal, not good at all even. And another one completely out of the question. Stone wise, second stone in the back, and probably the most safe I've ever seen a stone. And here we have a main stone, which is not ideal, but of course your Huns, you're not really considering it. Maybe you want to get Marauders at some point, maybe not against Incas, maybe against a ranged civ might be a little bit better. But Incan Arbalast against Huns, I don't really see that happening. So here we have kind of closer relics to Melkor, I think. We have one here that's pretty much bang in the middle. These two here are pretty much closer to Melkor, this one quite close. This one maybe a bit in the middle, this one maybe a bit towards Dracont. Dracont here, main gold, pretty okay. It's not ideal, but it's okay enough. It's towards the back anyway. Main stone completely out of the question, but to be honest, it's not too bad. Depends how aggressive you're going to go. If you want to go eagles, you want to go smush. 25 plus 2, so we're probably going to see some either aggression or some really quick booming here. Guessing by the number of villagers on wood, probably a boom. You could get away with going eagles with this build though. We'll see how many he adds to gold later on. 3 farms, a little bit dubious. Both second golds in the back, that's really nice. That's one more tile of gold than a main gold has when you add them both together. So if he does get pushed and doesn't have access to this for some reason, still really strong. I'm not entirely sure how well we're going to see Kamukes this game. They are not too easy of a unit to mass or get all the upgrades for. But if we do see that happen, then of course they're going to be incredibly strong. I often see in team games, the Kamuke is one of the most unstoppable units. If you have an arena team game, you go Kamuke, the only way to really stop it is hand cannoneers. And the problem with that is that there's always going to be paladins or battle elephants or units that can just murder hand cannoneers incredibly easily on the battlefield in team games. So it's unlikely to see that working. Kamuke's just far too strong. Quite a lot on wood actually. It does seem on the heftier side for a boom, but he'll be fine. He'll be able to easily get monster and then get TCs up right after. That'll be fine. Melkor probably going to go scouts. He has Huns of course. He could also go cavalry archers, so I would be a little bit suspicious against Winchester. He did not want to pick civs without heresy in the show match I hosted. Against Dracont though, I don't know. I don't know how much he's anticipating monks. Stable's fine. Stable's a nice opening if you want to go Cav Arch anyway, then you could just always, you know, research bloodlines for your stable, husbandry, that kind of thing, quite helpful. Still 10 on wood, even though his Hun saves a lot of wood in the bonus, so that's always really nice, add more farms easily. Going to add a couple more to gold, his usual stuff. He's going to have 4 on gold by the time he clicks up to Castle Age, be able to have 4 monks to get relics. Dracont is going to be up really fast though, 4 minutes 28, 3 seconds vital time. Not at all bad. Quite a nice little build he's got here. When you have 3 deer that are really easy to push, then it's really easy to just simply do really fast up builds. If you have 4, then of course it's a lot better, but 3 is still really nice. I don't remember how much the players had this game though. Going Cav Arches any civ is really nice. But these days we see Melkor do it as Franks and often Huns. There's one other civ he does it as, but I don't quite remember off the top of my head. Some scouts being added, 1 scout now. Of course it's actually quite difficult to beat eagles. In Feudal Age of course your scout does beat an eagle, but when it comes to Castle Age the eagle beats the scout. Even when you research Light Cav, the eagle still wins by 1 hit. But the mobility is quite a bit less. TC coming up here, that's going to keep that really safe. TC here. No monastery from Dracont, he did go quite heavy on the wood. He is not... He's not taking more berries with some villagers. He did keep a couple on gold. This would suggest to me that he would be building a quick monastery to grab some relics. But perhaps not. As an opening, generic civs are not good enough. Well, generic eco civs are not good enough to go cavalry archers. Is his reasoning behind that one. Not seeing the light cav upgrade, a little bit interesting. We are seeing a knight. He scouted this one during construction, and he scouted this one. So he knows he's going for some kind of 3TC boom. Maybe he's making the knight because he knows he didn't make a monastery because he made the TC so quickly. That's my only suspicion on that one. But that would mean that he fully intends to push. So what if he does? What if he goes quite castle age into aggressing this TC here? I think that could be quite strong. Siege Workshop for Dracont though, really early Siege Workshop. But he has a decent amount of farms. Decent few on berries. This can just support 3TC. Yeah, it's pretty much the exact amount to support 3TC. He's getting Loom just in case. He is expected to be pushed anyway. One tile gap between these two here, so you mind a little bit and like cut a little bit, then you replace the lumber camp. Nice efficiency. I quite like his little build he's got going on here. He's not building farms around this TC, which would of course be the dangerous thing to do. He is completely closed in, he's not going to have any relics, but the thing is he's ahead in villagers of Melkor by, well, nearly 7, give or take. Melkor's only on 2TC, finally on 3TC, and he is 9 villagers behind. How do you balance 9 villagers behind though against having this much military? As well as map control, as well as all the relics. All the relics, I would say it's pretty close just having all the relics, so having the map control may be in a little bit better position, providing you make good use of it. With this kind of booming, I don't see him having too much wood. He's in decent bit on wood, but he still needs to add a little bit more farms, especially if he wants to try and head up anytime soon. But getting a Siege Workshop forward, it's going to cost him quite a bit of his economy at the moment, and he's still adding more farms. So he is a little bit behind, and he isn't pushing, so if Dracont ups really fast, possibly Arbalast Seadra. Arbalast is still going to be pretty strong against +2 knights because they are really quick, whereas getting things like +4 Cavalier takes quite a bit longer of a time. This is a 1v1 arena game. Straight up random match, everything pretty standard settings. What is Dracont going to do when he ups actually? He's going to go help Seadram. Mangonel defense just in case. Don't quite know what he was expecting with that. Siege Workshop coming up. Dracont might be clicking up within the next 2 minutes though, so I would say help Seadram, but the thing is Melkor would be preparing against that. Orb would be quite a strong choice, I think. As long as he's quick enough with it. His food does not seem that high though. Oh, he added a 4th DC. Only 25 farmers, not really enough to run too much and get up anytime soon. Dracont's gonna have... he's gonna extend his will lead, actually, but he's gonna be up later. He's gonna lose the whole point of him doing a really fast FC. So we see castle coming up, and could this be denied? This could be denied. If this Mangonel was here, this castle would go down. Well, not go down, but be completely denied. That's quite unfortunate not to spot that earlier. Now he spots it, but he sees the Mangonel, he runs. Interesting matchup. I like what Dracont is doing by adding more economy, but the thing is, he needed to be up quick. It's the whole point of him quickly booming. He's going to try and mine some more stone. He wants to consider Kamyuks, is my feeling on this one. A few knights. I think maybe a little bit of an overinvestment to add this many knights. A couple of racks coming up. Of course, we're not going to see Halberdier against the Incas because they're Mesosiv with no cavalry. So we're going to see the fantastic Hun line of militia. No champion, they're missing, was it the last infantry armor? Yep, Playmo armor. They do have squires though, don't they? Try. I mean, they're not the worst, they're just pretty bad. But if we're gonna see Dracont die to this, then it's gonna be pretty hilarious. Don't forget, type exclamation mark raffle, you could win a 3 months Voobly Silver Premium. Kamukes, of course, Kamukes are really difficult to beat, especially as the Huns if you don't have cavalry archers up and running. Dracont is not up to Imperial Age, but Melkor is. Melkor, the guy who just didn't really boom, didn't want TC, did his middle of the road thing, is going to be up to Imperial Age around 28-30 mark. Dracont adding that TC delayed him solid 2 minutes at least in this boom. This was not quite right. Man at arms squires forging. He's going 2 hands as Huns. This is gonna be great. What is his deal with the Kamukes though? What is his plan? Because obviously we're not seeing eagles from Dracont. I'm not sure why Melkor would be expecting them. Do you really think 2 hands are going to fare that well against Kamukes? Can he outmass them? Huns are a weird one when it comes to the late game. Because as long as they have a lot of gold and they've had a lot of time to get to where they are in close maps, then they could be okay. A few villagers getting sniped here, it's kind of worth it for Melkor anyway, it's at least causing some delay, causing some kills. Closing the 10 villager cap a little bit, but he's going to be up earlier, he's going to have a trap out first. And I don't see what Dracont could do to stop it except sending mass Kamukes. He's only got 1 if armor upgrade, he's not going to have cures or anything by the time this all happens. So he can't exactly just run up to the castle, he's going to have some issues. Long swordsman now. Imperial Age bad hit skill, more armor. Decent bit of food economy, decent bit of gold economy. I mean, this is okay. 37 farmers is not ideal, not quite what Dracont has, he must have more. 50 farmers, yeah. Oh yeah, he's adding a lot of farmers. Gonna have a huge food economy over here. Not so much gold. This is all the gold he has to mine. He isn't mining this or this and he has no relics. Now he's mining over there. You're gonna see some probable siege rams maybe. Another castle coming up. Treb gonna actually start trapping this one soon. The banner is clearly OP. Forgive the fact that I just had a stroke on one of my barracks hotkeys. I never worry about wood late game. Wood is kind of the go-to for my TCs, where I always overboom, as in like I just like consider it's better to overboom than not, and by the time that I realise I overboomed, I'd be in a position to actually realise I've overboomed. Melkor's gonna win this Treb war. He does actually have rams on standby. Having a ram here would be really nice to try and snipe a Treb nearby. Oh, but now he's in a little bit of crunch because there's nothing he can do about these Trebs. Lots of two-handed swordsmen, and their 1 armor upgrade missing as well from the 2 that Huns have. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen here a couple of nights. I mean, sure, he could secure map control, secure his extra golds, and might put him in a better position. He did, of course, secure his own extra golds. A lot of two-handed swordsmen. How is that going to beat Kamukes? It shouldn't. Although Playmall armor now coming in for Dracont. Trebs are just going to be repaired. Of course, Huns do have more accurate trebuchets, so they're probably going to win the Treb war. If Dracont can't keep them repaired in time, no. A couple of lucky shots from Melkor, they are a lot more accurate, but they're not, you know, that much more accurate, if you know what I mean. As in, like, you're expecting every shot to hit, like the werewolf Trebs or something. Both Trebs going to go down though. This is 4 Trebs, they could easily take out that castle. We're probably going to see another Treb added sometime. I would like to say maybe 6 or something. Lots of two-handed swordsmen, which are soon to be fully upgraded as far as Huns are concerned. Bracers are coming in, a lot of cavalry archers behind. Should be okay against Kamukes, no couriers yet. But elite coming in, so we could expect him to get courier soon. That's the Hun's bonus. Trebuchet is 35% more accurate. And that means when you're trying to hit a unit that's only one tile, then it's gonna hit, you know, like almost 3 times as much. Well, a bit over 3 times as much. But when it comes to approximately 2x2 on the grid Treb, then it's not quite as dramatic as that, but it is more accurate. Lots of two-handed swordsmen. Camus are the way to deal with this. I'm casting no cures yet. Actually, come think of it, Dracont stone kind of gone. I don't even remember where his other stone was. Was it outside? Yeah, it was. Yeah, Dracont's not looking so great on the stone front. These cavalry archers here are not the best upgrades. No chemistry, but then again, no cures. They're actually doing okay. And the 200 swordsmen should be able to clear most of them up. The Mangonel's even doing some damage in there. Cav arch behind, helping clear them up. Yeah, that's how the Camus dying so easily to Hun 200 swordsmen. And we see the GG called. I absolutely love that. I think Dracont might have had a better chance if instead of adding the 4th TC he just went up really fast to something like Halbram or like Arblast Ram, or just Halbram and go into Arblast as soon as possible. That would have been probably a little bit better. He would have been up minute 27 rather than just waiting until he's like minute 29, 30 to up. And then just being up behind someone who takes full map control and all the relics. Then there's not really much point in quickly booming. Quick reminisce of the achievements. Again, I need to quickly fix this so it's full screen in this mode. I just couldn't be bothered. Nothing too special, just faster Imperial time for Melkor is the most important thing. Trebuchet vs Trebuchet, then add in Rams. Rams are quite good at fighting Trebs and Treb wars. Just send one single Ram to attack their Trebs and it's quite hard to take down. Especially if it's like sitting under a castle, then the Ram can tank that for a bit while it kills the Treb. Largest army by far from Melkor. 22 Camus was not really enough to stop that kind of a force. I think we're just going to go straight into the next game because of course we do still have more games. I don't have the most time tonight. So let's just quickly jump into game 3 here. Okay, so here we have game 3 of Melkor vs Dracont, and we have some really nice civs here. Aztecs and Malay. Malay of course incredibly strong, but Aztecs one of my top civs. Most players rated this as the #1 civ on Demi's Red's arena video. This is a best of 5. So here we are going to be seeing Malay against Aztecs. Well, the one thing I did hear from Melkor is that he would definitely pick the Malay against Aztecs because full Karambits is very difficult for Aztecs to deal with. I concur, it's quite hard for Aztecs to just pull out something like Jaguars on the fly. But then of course Malay can add an Elephants, they have Arbalast, they have a lot of options. It's not bad at all for Malay. What kind of scouting do you call this? But anyway, let's take a look here. We have Dracont with the Aztecs, so probably 1 TC stuff, probably some high aggression. Booming is okay, but of course you are Aztecs, you're going to want to be aggressive in a lot of cases. It just is the winning way to go. Second gold, not too ideal. I'm not seeing any. Oh, there is both second golds outside. That's not great. Well, not outside, but pretty much might as well be outside once this goes to the wall. Both players 3 inside deer, not bad. Second stone, not great. Main stone, not good at all either. These are pretty bad stones. Having no stones as Aztecs is not the end of the world though. You don't really need it unless you are planning to do some 1TC stuff. You're wanting to go for trebs after some aggression, eagles, that kind of thing, or fast in monk treb, then it's quite easy for you to add eagles and stuff. Lots of things you could do when you have a castle as Aztecs, but you only really need the one. You don't need to mass them, have a lot of jaguars or anything up, a lot of key places in the game. I would say in general go aggressive as Aztecs. You could win if you boom, you could win if you go aggressive. They're just a good civ by the way, but I think they're more likely to have a guaranteed win if they go aggressive. Main gold, really safe. I quite like this gold. Especially as Aztecs is going to be nice. Looking at the relics though, I need to quickly alt-G this one actually. There we go, fixed alt-G. Voobly still recommends using the compatibility patch to install the HD version onto Voobly and then use the straight up Hollow Kingdoms installer from the GitHub. Like if you go to the Voobly Game Mod Center, then you could just go to Hollow Kingdoms mod and then click on download now. It'll take you to the GitHub. Just download hollowkingdoms.exe and then that should be a really simple self-explanatory install from there. Also, I think Stark is a bit high, thinking that Arbs works against Aztecs all the time, apparently. But then again, he's not good enough. Kappa. So anyway, yeah, not an ideal map, it's okay, but if he goes aggressive, probably a bit better. He needs the relics anyway, because looking at the relics, they are really quite nested towards the Melkor side. He has one of his own, but the rest's definitely not too close to him, a little bit far away. Looking over at Melkor's base, it is okay. Oh, that's really nice actually. I just noticed the stones in the back. Both stones really safe, nice, quite good for melee, especially if you want karambits, and if you are a player that thinks that karambits will kill everything Aztecs makes. Then, yeah. So you also do have the golds here. Gold's pretty nice as a main gold safe, and an extra gold actually. Always nice to have one extras, means your opponent can't have it. Extras can still spawn in the back in this map, is pretty close to stock arena. Man, I didn't really eat enough to be drinking beer at the moment, but okay. 2 second golds. They're outside, they're not so good. Extra gold out here. So it's okay, but if you have a main, you have a second, that is 8,000 gold. That's that's quite a lot to be getting on with, especially if you plan to take map control, that kind of thing. Melkor's usual strategy. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. Dracont is clicking up with a 24+2. How did Melkor get so far behind in villagers? Did he lose one? Those villagers look pretty dead. He didn't lose one. Interesting, because you do start with the sheep, so it's quite hard to have that much idle time. 24+2, kind of standard for a really quick boom, but of course if you're going to smush, it's also a good thing you could do. Adding 3 on gold, halfway up feudal. I'm not entirely sure. 4 on gold? Okay, he's gonna buy 100 food, I think. As well as probably sell the stone. Also, if you pay attention to the reminder, just do !! raffle, you could win 3 months of Voobly silver. Demise Red did it, and he won and got it. I think he might have got... Did you get gold, silver? I don't remember what you got actually. Eight on wood with 2 lumber camps. I mean, that is quite a long wood, to be fair, especially for a smush. But it's also good to have a lot of wood during a smush, because obviously building 2 monasteries plus siege workshop right away, really important if you can get away with it. So, you want the platinum? Oh. The ban was from me. But yeah. Kind of interesting in both these builds. Of course, Melee player is finally about. He's not even clicked up yet when Dracont is going up to the Castle Age. I love how it's just like not responding to Stark. Oh, you already entered, that's why. 32 plus 2, quite an interesting FC here, kind of typical for Melee if you want to do like 28 plus 2 build timing to go scouts, for example. Rank swear away. Type exclamation mark raffle to get a temporary ban on Stark. And join the Mossad at the same time. We're going to see scouts from Melkor try and get the relics, try to get map control. Maybe he wants to try a little bit harder on this one, maybe he'll get like really quick light cav, that kind of thing. I think he will probably try and do that just because you want to stop the Aztec player getting the relics. Dracont going for some kind of crazy forward against a guy he knows is going scouts, but he did not build a barracks or anything on the way up. If he gets spotted right now, did he just get away with that? Was Melkor scouting? He's just wandering around the map. Oh, he's gonna run right into it. Oof, he's going stable. He's got to just keep adding in enough. You want me drunk before you play me? You're too scared to play me sober? Stark, always running. But yeah, we're gonna see some serious scouts here from Melkor, and honestly, this might just get sniped. We're gonna see spears added, so maybe we'll see knights added, or maybe probably not an elfin actually. Nah, maybe he's just gonna go for light cav. Maybe he's gonna leave this one alone. I think this is pretty risky to even approach. The 22 plus whatever, 22 plus 10 or whatever up, that is really bad for the economy. Like, you are so much worse off resource wise. Like, it's like 300, 400. That kind of thing, that you're just straight up behind because you decided to do that kind of weird inferior build. So here we have a couple of scouts, 3 scouts now. He's gonna be able to... Oh, okay. Siege tower? No. What's going on? He's really going all in on this one. Oh, no, no, no. 4 villagers on foot and you're going to try and make Spearman and run your TC off that? This is not happening. No monk out yet, so there's not actually quite stop this. Where did the monk go? The monk get sniped? Did you forget to garrison it? Oh, that's so poor. That's delaying him so much. Finally, the Mangonel coming out. This is going to help him out a little bit. But yeah, this is going to be quite hard to push. No light cav from Melkor. I'm not even adding more knights. Gonna add his own Mangonels. He did see the monastery, balls to the racks and the eagles, so what is he assuming? Is he assuming eagles or monks or both? If he's assuming both, I don't quite know what he could do here. It's very, very difficult to find his own way. Ah yes. His own castle does make sense, because of course he's the one that said to me that he believes that Karambits kill everything Aztecs can make. I told him that's bullshit, but he'll go with it anyway. What? Well, I guess maybe he does want to protect towards his gold side, but that is just pretty crazy to place it there. He should place it maybe there, or at least have a bit of a room to get a bit closer over here, but that's why here of all places. Just a little bit further away is so protect the main gold. Melkor did scout the extra gold in his back though, so he knows what he's doing at this point. Come on man, just one stone gate, that's all you had to do. Yes, of course it is. Not entirely sure what we're gonna see now. Is he just gonna mass Karambit, stay 1 TC, cancel agent, and he has a decent amount of farms to run this, so it's okay. Three mangonels though, 20 karambits could still go down. If you have 3 mangonels, it's going to kill a large portion of them. The monks, especially with 50 HP at the moment, which is about to become 55, they could really do a strong number on the karambits as well. So it's kind of a problem. The thing is though, if you could convert even one single mangonel that's just giving you issues at breaking in with the ram, then you still win the game if you break in, so for just 75 to win the game is not too bad. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure how he's playing this. And converting a house, that's a great way to spend all your faith. Oh no, no. Oh, actually, he managed to get it. That's interesting. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to see. Can you stop converting houses? What is converting a house going to do for you? And now he has nothing left. He wasn't even paying attention with his mangonels. Loses the forward. Killed a decent bit there, but without the ability to convert anything, heal anything, add more eagles. He's got the scorpion, he's not bringing it in. Wait, look at the HP on that wall. How long has he been shooting that? Oh wait, of course the ram. Yeah, that could have gone better. Did he add a TC? The only way I could even justify that is if he had a TC and had something else to pay attention to. He's still not too far behind the village, 4 villages behind. If he does get to MP, he could be okay. Still no upgrades. I think he's concluded he has enough to clear that up and clear whatever comes in. 3 scorpions though, 2 eagles, 3 monks. More eagles being added. I think the karambits will still die to the eagles. The scorpions don't even need to get that many hits. Not getting any good hits though, so this is a curious fight to say the least. Oh, and missing that one shot on the karambit there to be able to kill it, to be able to save your scorpion. That's pretty unfortunate. Oh, and even... oh, the cost right there. So what we're going to see here from Dracont, is he going to stay 1 TC, he's going to try imp really quickly? He's adding more and more farms without really adding any gold units. So yes, I guess he's just going to try and imp with 1 TC. Melkor on the other hand, thought he'd be adding a TC, but no, he's staying 1. 1 TC karambits? I don't know if I'm liking what I'm seeing. But like, if the eagles just ran in here, that would cause a bit of a problem still. I don't even really know. This is really a difficult matchup at this point because there's nothing that he can do. But at the same time, staying 1 TC for both players. It kind of feels like the game's a little bit empty at this point. Naruto is of course the OP of the stream. Don't forget to do ! raffle to win yourself some sex. YOLO prizes. Melkor finally walling this one off. A lot of farm economy. He's going to be able to click up quickly if he wants to. He's not spending too much food on these karambits. Needs to remass some. He did escape with some. And he will be able to come around the back with these. He's not. Still no attack upgrades. A little bit dubious, but of course if he does mass 20 inside, bringing the mangonel to just hit one of the scorpions. The rest here is going to get cleaned up. Almost enough stone for another castle. Well, from a first castle from Dracont. A little bit odd. I mean, the castle will hold the position, but he's not imping too fast. He's going to be able to imp sometime soon. But of course, if the melee player clicks up anytime soon, then he's pretty dead. Scorpions are now gone though. Crumb's getting a few cleanups there on the Eagles especially. A couple of these from behind is probably going to be okay, but the rest in the front should be able to clear the rest up. And sending in villagers is always kind of important if you're in the Monk War. Because of course if they do try and convert the villagers in order to stop them killing mangonels for example, then they're going to be kind of useless when the military comes in. Your monks have lost faith and you've only got villagers that are pretty bad for attacking back. So yeah, I think this is probably going to get cleared up here. Yeah, it's not about Crumbs against villagers at this point. Villager count differences were, I mean, Dracont was a few villagers ahead most of the time, but now he's just dropping a few behind. He might want a GG soon, mainly because he might assume that Melkor is on an extra TC. Score-wise though, we're looking at the scores, he's not that far ahead. Dracont was about to imp. I don't know why he's not clicked up yet. Of course he was probably just waiting to build. Oh, never mind, he has the buildings. I completely blanked there. Sell 100 stone, click up. Maybe. Find the Krambits, so he's gonna have a hell of a choice about choice against those. And yikes. Second TC finally up. Someone's actually decided to boom in this game. Dracont has decided to stop farming apparently in order to click up because he already has the food. He's spending his gold though on monks, of course can't click up, no imp monk techs, which might be costing him a little bit. But yeah. 2 farmers again to try and run everything, it's like watching Eddie. I'm gonna be able to win very small fights here, but the thing is Krampus are not a problem. It's you can just keep making them essentially until you kill everything. I miss the days when Krambits were really strong though, where you could just like open with like 5 castle Krambits' pocket. It was the best thing ever, you would just clean everything up. Still killing amongst at decent rates. Don't forget Dracont's current elo is almost what Eddie's max was. And of course Keith's elo. Keith used to host lobbies that were only 2k3 plus. He would kick anyone that was even like 2k2, even though they would frequently win against him. Here we go, Dracont calling the GG. He would beat the imp, but nearly 20 villagers behind. Losing his forward. No forward is of course not good against Karambits, which he can't really deal with. It's really difficult to deal with them when you only have 40 villagers. Mass of a lot of units, mass champions, you could even add jaguars, even mass eagles would kill the Karambits okay. But of course you can't do that when you're behind in economy because of course they could just make more Karambits. I don't think the Imperial Techs would really help him out here, at least with the economy he has. Unless he really wanted to go monks. Yeah, a lot of players these days can't really micro monks. It's disgraceful. But yeah, that was not too great of a game. It feels like it just was not that interesting to watch. We're gonna go on a 2-minute break. So let's have quickly achievements first. Villager High, of course, an extra 10 for Melkor. Dracont lost his Villager High by like 8 villagers at some point. Yeah, much faster castle age time for Dracont, only 10 seconds idle time. The castle time for Melkor is a bit dubious because he did lose a villager at some point, at least had a villager worth of idle time. I didn't see him lose a villager though, so I can't really tell what happened there. No relics for any players, don't believe? No. A lot more units lost for Melkor, but of course when they're Karambits, that's what you expect, it's like Goths. So I will see you all after a 2-minute break. quickly getting back to it. Just sat back down. That was game 3. I assume that was game 3 actually. What happened the game before? Oh, that was Hun and Zinkas, completely forgot that existed. Moving on to the next game rapidly. Just want to get this over and done with really quickly. Jumping right into the third game, we have... That was interesting. Let me just quickly fix the alt G here. There we go. We have the Slavs vs the Burmese. We have a Civ without heresy against a Civ with, of course, incredible monks. This is going to be quite interesting. So let's quickly talk about this because this is quite interesting. This is not a re, I would know if it was. Or is it? I don't know actually. What are we playing? Best of 5? I would suspect that this would be a map people call Rion. You couldn't really get worse if you tried. Forward main gold, forward main stone, they're the only ones that have to be inside. And they're the only ones that are inside. Everything else completely outside, no back map. This is pretty bad. That's all I could really describe this as. I don't think Metal has a Dracont has a chance with this map. I always confuse Dracont and Metal because they're basically the same person at this point. Looking over here, Slavs, credible Civ, no heresy though, so against Burmese might be a little bit difficult. They have a safe main gold over here. Safe main, crappy main stone actually, what I'm on about. 1 second gold in the back, 1 extra gold in the back. Where's the other second? Ah, there is. Not so great. But 3 safe golds, 1 of them being the main. It's pretty damn nice. No stones though, but as Slavs against Burmese, do you really want stone? I can't personally think of a reason where I would want. There we go. Sorry, I just dropped my USB stick. I don't really think I would know why I would want a castle as Slavs against Burmese. Pretty difficult. I would say Joshua coming up with guard towers, he's going to get a punch sometime soon. Castle just for trebs might be the only real reason for it. Any Civ can make a castle just for trebs. It's an okay reason to have one. But yeah, it's a nice map. Dracont is terrible. Can he scout Dracont is terrible? Of course he already is doing it. Yeah. Both seconds outside, you can scout that. You should be able to scout another second outside. If he scouts both these golds, he hasn't scouted his own back base, but if he scouts this, then sure enough, he's going to know how bad Dracont's map is. He'll know he only has these 2 inside. I think Dracont is going to have to play very aggressive, and that would be the only reason he'd pick Burmese. Picking Burmese instead of Malay is an interesting pick. It's actually the only time in the tournament we actually saw the Raja Civ being picked not being Malay, which is quite interesting. It's nice to see Burmese, but they're just not a great Civ in my opinion. A lot of players' opinions have been rating Burmese maybe not the highest lately. It used to be a little bit stronger, especially when we could do like fast imp, Iron by Monk Treb. It used to be incredibly powerful. But of course with the wood nerf recently, it's maybe not the strongest. And of course with that many monk players recently that are at least good at using monks, it's not the best. Is he going to finally discover the back area? Well, at least it looks like he's scouting it. He just found out where he was, he didn't scout all the extra resources. What is the plan here for Dracont? Smush or Armby? It's going to be a smush, I feel. He was a little bit late on adding villagers to the berries. He's not adding a lot to wood right now. So I'm pretty sure he's thinking about a smush. Keeping a lot of villagers on your main food, like your hunting food, your boars, your deer. That's a good way to click up earlier. Of course, you still have to worry about clicking up the castle age. Yeah, he's going for a really fast smush here as Burmese. 4 on wood plus 1 farm. I'm kind of interested to see how he's going to pull this 23 plus 2 off, although 23 plus 2 is the same as a 22 plus 2 when you get loom. So maybe Melkor might assume some kind of possible trush. This is 1800 HP wall though, so it's going to be... If he did trush, it would completely fall flat. We saw some trushing in this tournament. It was Glocken against Melkor. And Glocken lost quite dramatically. But he did corner hop, which does of course negate the HP of the walls. That was quite funny. I almost appreciate Glocken trying. And a couple more to gold, that way he's probably going to buy his way up. I want to see what our friend Dracont here is going to do with this 23 plus 2. Is he going to sell all 200 stone, sell 100 wood maybe in the mix? No, he has no wood. He's not going to have the wood to even build his 2 upbuildings. Unless he of course builds the market and then like spam builds the blacksmith a little bit later. This is an interesting build from Dracont is all I'm gonna say. I don't know what the plan is. One villager plus loom. Okay. You'll probably see some traditional scout shenanigans from Melkor. What? Sell 200 stone, buy 200 food. Click up. Okay. I can see why he didn't get why he got loom instead of the extra villager, because of course he still even now wouldn't have the food to click up. That is a bit bizarre in my opinion, why you would go for this kind of build, but he's going to be up really quickly. He might have some 4 monks, 4 monasteries, but I don't know. I really just don't know with this guy. Scouts from Melkor is going to be a fun one because you should be able to clear out monks quite easily. Probably like Cav, I mean he's against Burmese, what else can Burmese do except iron buy, especially when they're up very very fast. Archers. Archers against iron buy, I hope, crossbows. And of course they are quite good at sniping monks. I can see this being a thing, but I'm surprised he isn't going scouts as he usually does. It's really indicative of going monks if you're just going up so fast like Dracont just did. I actually kind of want to look into this just to see exactly how effective this build from Dracont is. Probably not very much so. It seems quite strong if you are expecting scouts though, because you're basically just going up really really fast for some spears. Unless he is going for like pikeman mango now. That would be really shocking if he went pikeman mango. I would be astonished. Siege workshop first thing. And the thing is, he is making spearmen expecting scouts, but then the archers. He saw the shooting archers in game 1 though, but of course this was the day after, so maybe he forgot. That's something that Melkor likes to do on off occasion. And the archer's just going to clear out the spears. Probably a mangonel first thing. Scorpion, okay. Scorpion's a really nice pick. Of course, one spear mixed in against the mixed in with the scorpion prevents the scout from being much of a problem. And that's kind of it. Really strong play from Dracont, to be honest, for swimming this fast. It's just that the strategy that Melkor went for turned out to be a really strong counter. He didn't scout it, maybe he did expect it because of the uptime. And of course it's Dracont and maybe Ironbuy's not the best against Slavs. It's okay, it's pretty good to be honest, but against Slavs, no heresy, so expect monks maybe. I'm not really too sure what to think. He's adding a monster, he's trying to learn from his mistakes. I think, yeah, double range, there we go, he's finally double range. The thing he needed the last time to win in the Tunes game. That's going to be a pretty big player, he's going to be able to do some decent sniping. Crossbow coming in, no Bodkin, but does have fletching. Bodkin now coming in. He could quite easily 1TC this, I would even add 1TC myself just to have 2 TCs. 2 TC would be a really nice economy of Slavs because obviously the farms to run 1 TC almost runs 2 at that point. So yeah, I think 2 TC might be a little bit better, but he does want to stop this really quickly. He does know that Dracont is 1 TC, so there's no way he could really put himself behind. Dracont been idling for quite a while, I think. He's very low in villager counts. Yeah, if Dracont was even 28 plus... If Dracont had the same amount of villagers as he does now in an FC, he would have been up nearly 2 minutes ago, so... Yeah, lots of units here though. The Scorpion is going to be pretty big against crossbows, but the Old Monks and the Slavs going to be strong enough. No Heresy, of course, for the Burmese either. But it's more of a problem when you're not the Monk player when you're Slavs, so... We're going to see what happens here. No stable, of course. Not going to add one, just going to keep adding his own Monks, plus a mix of crossbows. No Siege Workshop yet though. Lots on gold, but very, very little villagers on wood. So probably going to be a lack of Siege Workshop here. Man, those monks are tanking. 2 monks for that many crossbows, definitely worth it, especially if you get to keep one at the end of the day. This is going to be really hard to stop. Only, what, 3 of these Slav farms actually working for them. So that's not all too good. I mean, they are better, but if you don't have many of them, then of course they're not going to work too well for you. This is how I said in Demise Red's arena tier list video, the weakness for the Slavs. Simply because if you just stop them from adding farms, then of course they're not going to benefit from the farms. So if you be aggressive, ranged units are particularly good against the Slavs, but if you are aggressive, then you could win. I can definitely see 2-2 easily happening here. We do see Sanctity though on the monks. 3 monasteries, double range. He's even added a range here to stay double range when he loses this one. Lots of monks. And he managed to get some converts. He did get redemption really quickly. Oh, and all the mangonels are gone. There's very little to stop. Even 5 crossbows right now could be a huge problem for this. Atonement coming in from Dracont. And Atonement coming from Melkor as well. He's going to have it first. Fervor as well. Fervor's going to be helpful, not ideal, but 60 gold for the Burmese is not going to be that bad for skulking around the base a bit. Them Iris Red should still be in the chat if you at him. More monks here. I think this could come down to whoever wins the monk war. We'll be curious to see how this one's going to go, because we are seeing some crossbows starting to mass and some monks starting to mass from all players. Of course, Melkor does have the better economy by 11 villagers, so that is a huge lead. We've seen a lot of idling from Dracont here. He doesn't even have the farms to run his TC. Not so good. Dracont just does not have the farms to run his TC. He's just killing his eco at the same time he's trying to kill Melkor's. He's done a lot less damage to Melkor than he has by, well, to himself by just doing nothing and then booming. But a little bit of a problem, not too key at the moment. I think he still has a good push going on here. He has a lot of spears, of course, Burmese +1 attack per age, so free +2 by the time you're in Castle Age. They're decent spears, but I don't know why he kept making them actually after he discovered Melkor was going full crossbow. I don't really understand that. I think if Melkor can end the Mangonel, that should be GG. Or if Dracont just keeps the Mangonel alive, he should be able to win. Because if the Mangonel's alive, then the crossbows are going to die easily, but if the Mangonel's gone, then he has to convert the crossbows, otherwise he can't convert the monks. What we're seeing here, we're seeing a monk war, a lot more converts from Melkor. We have 1 or 2 here under Melkor's TC, but of course crossbows are here to help clean the rest up when they have no faith. Just garrison TC, help kill the rest off. Yeah, all the monks are gone. This is... Dracont has lost his entire forward. And he is 10 villages behind. Oof, that's not good. That's pretty much time to call it. It's getting really towards the late game as well, which Slavs do benefit a lot from. I'm not Vin anyone today. Dracont going with the double V instead of the W. Dracont could have had this. I think maybe if he didn't idle his economy at home a little bit so much. I mean, he did have a nice all-in. Planning to go Iron Buy at the same time. That's a very confusing move. I think maybe he just didn't quite build the economy for what he wanted, didn't have quite enough monks, maybe he went quadruple monastery even. Then of course he would be up in the monk game. Interesting enough, I'm surprised Melkor won the monk micro there, but there we have it. So let's have a quick look at the achievements before I end for the day. Units converted, 11 for Melkor, 9 for Dracont, and Dracont was the one smashing. Melkor, a lot more food collected. Like a lot more, of course he has Slavs, but he did have more economy. A little bit more wood for Dracont, although of course he does have the free upgrades for the lumber camp. A bit more stone for Dracont, 170, not even a third of the way towards building a castle. And an extra few hundred gold collected from Melkor. Dracont up incredibly fast with a decent bit of idle time. What's that? 5 plus 1, 16 seconds idle time. I don't know why I couldn't do very basic maths there for a second. And yeah, he was up really fast, didn't do too much with it, didn't run the economy. He was going for kind of an all-in strategy. Again, his economy was not balanced for an all-in. So yeah, that does confuse me a little bit, but it was well played. It was a nice push. It's something we don't see too much these days. It's something I like to see.